Jayden Daniels, man, can't catch a break. The Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels suffered a dislocated left elbow during the fourth quarter while he was trying to scramble and landed awkwardly on his non-throwing left arms, which went backward at the elbow. Last week we talked about Scadaboo's injury, and you saw that joint in real time, and I'm sure you already saw this video, so that joint was crazy as well too. X-rays came back negative for the fracture, so that's great. He is expected to miss several games. Um, they have not yet put him in IR, but I'm assuming he's going to be on IR. And it looks like he just can't catch a break, bro. This is his third injury, so I think he had the knee sprain, hamstring strain, and then now the dislocated elbow as well too. So with this injury happening, what are your thoughts on the Commanders that obviously as an organization, and then also Jayden Daniels moving forward?
Man, it's a bad year for them. The injury was bad, and especially like it made me think of the scat injury because honestly, I feel like there's plenty of injuries, but we don't really have usually have multiple like really graphic injuries, I feel like, to like really big name players. Um, so it's crazy to see like Scat's ankle be like this, and then Jayden Daniels' elbow or hand, arm go the complete opposite way. And that one I was watching live when it happened too. Um, and it was crazy because I'm like, wait, because it happened super quick. So I'm like, hold on, did that just? And then they showed the replay. I'm like, oh, yeah, that his arm is the other way. But yeah, I think it's one of those, we'll see. Marcus Mariota is really good for their system. He can win them a couple games. He has last year and this year. We'll see what their playoff positioning looks like around the time that he might potentially come back if they don't rule him out for the season. Um, but it's one of those, I think, this is kind of just like a wash year for him, unfortunately. The fortunate side is like it's only year two, so you hope that he has multiple more years. And, you already have other injuries to the defensive side and on the offensive side. Terry hasn't really played all year. Eckler tore his Achilles, and so it's one of those. It's not going to be too bad if they just end up having to take a watch this year. Basically, I think they hopefully still have their first round pick, so take advantage of that. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks to see, especially with how great they were last year. But that's also the NFL. It's like not for long, like a lot of teams. That's what makes the Bills and the Chiefs and the old Patriots so great is because to be able to have sustained success over year in the NFL is very rare.
Mm. No, that's real. Their season's definitely over. I think they're 3-6 right now. Especially like going into the season, we had high hopes, and obviously we know about the rookie transition being a sophomore, having that sophomore slump, but he really couldn't be consistent enough to string along some games. And like you said, that defense hasn't really helped out as well too. So with their free agent signings on the defensive end, their defense is a lot older, so it is about that time to kind of try to figure things out. I feel like with these moves that they made this past offseason, they're kind of in a win now mode because obviously, like with your quarterback on a rookie contract, you want to do your best to build around him, but you may just have to say F it and then just go young and not even worry about that. So, like I said, the defense definitely on a decline as well too. And now I'm wondering, I know it's only been one season, but the way his frame is, he's built. I know it's kind of a freak accident in a sense, not really, but in a sense, I'm wondering, like, yo, is he? I hope he don't become the new Joe Burrow and become injury prone. That's something that I'm a little worried about, but still young, still gonna have to see it through. And then with Dan Quinn facing some scrutiny, obviously he turned his organization around, especially with last season as well too. But a lot of people were kind of criticizing how like they criticized Tom Thibodeau keeping D Rose and like, yo, why would you do something like that as well too? So I wonder if because of that, the failed season, what that's going to look like for him as far as a sense of job security. Because I know with football, they be ready to move on from someone fast as hell too. So we'll see what's good with that. And then on social media, I saw something just to kind of end it. It said this piece of field got to be the most cursed place in the entire NFL. So in the actual stadium itself, around where he got
I
hurt,
agree.
there's been a bevy of injuries. So obviously Jayden Daniels' elbow. It says Jalen Hurts almost got crushed. This is where Joe Burrow towards ACL, Adrian Peterson towards ACL, RG3 towards ACL, Chase Young towards ACL, Ryan Fitzpatrick hip injury, Alex Smith leg injury, and Kyle Allen's leg injury. So I don't know what's going on over there, but if you're on that side of the field, man, sometimes it's not going to look good for you. But prayers out to Jayden Daniels. Like I said, I'm happy it's his non-throwing elbow. Let him use this time to get sharp. And like you said, they should have their draft equity. So hopefully they can, make some trades in the offseason and draft correctly in the offseason as well, too, because this season is definitely a wash.